Guys, it is a super wild card weekend. That is what they are calling it. 3 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday. I'm joined by Zach, like always, to get his prediction, get my prediction from this upcoming week's games. Zach, how are you?
I'm good. Nervous because we're in it.
Yeah, Bears are in it, so it's a little nerve-wracking. So, Zach, what I want to do is first take a look at the AFC and then look at the NFC, and I want to get your predictions, and then I'll give you mine. So let's start with the Buffalo Bills versus the Indianapolis Colts.
I think the Buffalo Bills win, and I think they win handily.
Okay, so honestly, you see this is a big, a pretty easy game for Buffalo?
I want to say easy, but I think they'll win by 2 scores or more. Okay. Just because that Colts defense is good. It's very good. But
yeah, we saw that earlier in the year.
But it's Phillip Rivers in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And that's what I think the Buffalo Bills, there's not a hotter team in the league as well, too.
That's what I was going to say. Buffalo's looked great. Like Zach just said, not a hotter team in the NFL. I'm excited to see Josh Allen in the playoffs. So many weapons on offense. I like Buffalo as well. Now, Pittsburgh versus Cleveland is a very interesting game considering we saw this in week 17 when the Steelers didn't have a lot of their starters playing.
Yeah, and it was still very close. Even without Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
But it's tough for me to say, but I think the Brownies in the dog pound.
Wow.
Are actually
okay, so you think the Browns and Baker are going to get it done. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. I just, the experience of Ben Roethlisberger and that defense. They also, the Browns just lost Olivier Vernon, which is a huge blow on defense. So I'm going to go with Pittsburgh, but I think that's going to be a very competitive game. And then finally, we have Tennessee versus Baltimore, a rematch of last year's divisional round where the Ravens were actually the 1 seed and got knocked out.
Tennessee wins this, and I don't think it's kind of that close. I think Tennessee will win. Ryan Tannehill also has had a couple good runs and passes with A.J. Brown. I'd see the Titans winning.
So I'm actually going to go with Baltimore here. I think Baltimore gets the revenge. No team has a greater point differential than the Baltimore Ravens. I think Lamar wants revenge. He wants to shut up everyone that says, he can't win in the playoffs. Zach, we kind of disagree here, which makes these games even more interesting this weekend. Now, moving on to the NFC, of course. The first game I want to look at is Washington football team versus Tampa Bay.
I genuinely think this is going to be a lot closer than what
really? Okay, so you think this is going to be a close game?
I think it's going to be close, and I think it's going to be close for one factor. That line for Washington.
That defensive line is one of the best, if the best in football, yeah.
And so I genuinely think it's going to be at least a one score or less type of game. Okay. I think it's going to be like that, but I ultimately see Tampa. I mean, Antonio Brown looked great with Brady last week. Who knows? But I think I could really see it being a close game.
Yeah, guys, we're recording this on a Monday, so there isn't a ton of news on Mike Evans, but hopefully he does play. Like you said, Washington's defense is very, very good. We'll see what Tom Brady can do for them in the playoffs. Then we're going to move on to Seattle versus the Rams, a little inter-division matchup. This is such a tight game. I've gone back and forth. I've started off, I was thinking I was going to go with Seattle, and then I went with the Rams. And maybe I'm a little biased with the Rams, assuming Goff does play because the Rams just saved the Bears season. So I'm actually going to go with the Rams here. If Goff does not play, then obviously I'm going to take Seattle, but I just love the Rams defense.
So I'm going the Rams no matter what, even if Goff does not play.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh.
Even if Goff does not play, I think the Rams win. And I think it's because of that defense. Seattle hasn't looked the greatest last couple of weeks. I mean, they barely beat the banged up 49ers and everything. And I mean, you look at that Rams defense, the way they held, granted, the Cardinals didn't have Kyler, but that defense has been very good. Leonard Floyd, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. It's absolutely insane. And Aaron Donald even said this defense can win playoff games. Yeah. And that's what I think will happen.
I think we need to just take a moment and appreciate the NFC West and just how deep it is, man. If the 49ers don't have half their team on the IR, and you look at Arizona just missed out, that's 4 teams that are playoff caliber teams. I mean, that's very, very, very impressive. And then, of course, we're going to finish off with the Saints versus the Bears. Zach and I you guys know it. We're massive Bears fans. What do you want us to say? I got the Bears. Yeah, I think we're going to come in to the Superdome and hopefully take care of business. Like you said, dude, Mitchell Trubisky turns it on in the playoffs. I'm really, really, really excited for this game. I think it's going to be close, but I got the Bears.
I don't know if I could say this. I'm kidding. Come on now, guys.
Zach, don't scare me like that.
Come on now. Mitchell Trubisky, he turns up in the playoffs. I mean, you look at 2018. He had a great game in 2018. He played well. I mean, we only lost because of the double doink, and the defense couldn't stop the Eagles on that one possession needed. So I think Mitchell's going to have a great game. I think not great, but good game. I think it's 35-28. I say Bears win.
I very much like it. Anyway, guys, let us know in the comments down below your predictions. Make sure you do check out Zach. He will be linked down below. He does stream on Twitch, so go check him out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, we'll see you guys soon. Peace.